Yeah, but it's dedicated to people. No one makes it.
I'm not as away. I'm still able to run a smart size alone, I think. Yeah. I believe so. They cannot. I don't think they can carry.
Here, so is that if you're running Utmost and trying to do the optimization, but somebody's running Spice,
You run into that situation, maybe, I don't know, and
because in our case, I mean,
I gotta check with Peter how the license.
we would.
Yeah, I think it's that. Otherwise, we can people taking the small size.
That's what I didn't want to do.
You can check the license. You go to the license server, check to see whether the code is different. License. I have unlimited, so I never.
That answers all of my questions and then some about it, but I appreciate that.
You guys have any questions about it? Probably one more example. That one,
Before the day's over with, we have a little bit. We still have some time left or something like that. Maybe we'll take that NPN example that I have.
Okay.
I have measured data, gum data, and we can let it do an optimization, see if it'll at least fit that gum data, even though I don't have all the model parameters in the same transistor.
This example.
Hands-on.
On this example, injection first. Down 0 to optimization. This value will be used as an initial. What you're looking for. You guys talking, right? And then you see that. Okay, better extraction setup. It's a method. It's the same as we talk about. And you can set up object. You can call object from acquisition object to the optimization. You have to repeat it. See it. We get to 0, or we do extraction ETH because it's
Be the same extraction that you defined if you were doing the extraction in the acquisition mode. Okay.
right. Either VTH.
Yeah. Now I see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are VTH. And then we the result sent back to the UTMOST model.
Yes.
And
model library under parameter.
Under this parameter and under this column.
In that column.
Okay.
Yeah.
Means after extraction, the VT value here was 0, was 1, and the optimization star, this value will be right.
Yeah.
And then do optimizations based on the transfer value. Okay, and now I think now extraction is finished. 7720.
Oh, yeah, right.
We changed.
Right.
Okay, and then you go operation will be used as right. So this is better simulation strategy.
Based on what you were tell me about that calculation method, the optimizer method, I mean, on that other page. It sounds like giving it deep measured values as a starting point, that would work better with that optimizer. It's not necessarily, but depending on how complicated it is, it'd be more efficient. But I don't know, it's powerful to me that it looks like that, at least for bipolar purposes, you could almost start with raw data and let it pull something out and it work fine. You know? Okay.
Our organization and acquisition, we create a project using kind of like database, also Java script-based scripting. We have done, and this project can be run in the batch mode as a script. You have provided. You can okay.
Excellent. I saw that.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead. But that was good.
This project. Let me see. Okay. For script.
A good example on how to actually write those files and stuff, and then you could get in there and
you get it, that the text file in JavaScript and then make any modifications. Okay. So how we can use JavaScript? I can take a couple of weeks. Okay. We have to run. Use no more a window and stuff. Careful. Switching. What the Java the almost four scripts with database and all work the data set, which means if next new version coming, you don't save the data into the previous file for the scripting. The ES file is the same as the database. So
pretty much the same type of format as this, only probably the data.
Right, just the data.
Or maybe not just this data, but what is a table of actual measured data, but it probably also has the parameters, or doesn't? Just the measured data?
No, everything same UDS, everything is the format.
Okay.
There has no change.
They need it. I asked
Needed, yeah. That's what I thought, that couldn't be the case. But to run a new project, I can see where this could be an advantage, because if you did JavaScript quickly enough and knew enough about it, you could easily go through here and go right to the places where there are changes and change a couple of things. You don't have to go through all those windows and all that kind of stuff like that to set it up graphically with the graphical user interface there. And then the other that is some of the extraction routines could be written a little bit better programmatically versus in the extraction window. That might get easier too. I don't know.
Okay, this example I got from also website, and then you also I think we just have a tool in a scripting language. Scripting example. Yeah, okay. The original would have files. These are the JavaScript I can open it.
But let me ask you something right now. Where are you? How did you
This, some,
command window or something, but how did you get to that?
I mean, Linux.
Oh, that's Linux, okay. Oh, all right. And,
I can tell you, I tested, the script on the DOS. And at least for easy example, the exact example that's not working well. I believe I haven't got a chance to talk to the developer. I join the scripting issue just because in this example they try to the folder. Okay, in the PC the folder the path is kind of different. There's a C and then some slash, something like a D, slash, something like that. The passing, will create some confusion. I think
If we thought it, you can open it.
you can open.
So if that case actually wants to.
You can, that's, I mean, exactly, if you have a problem, you can
okay.
right.
Python script to convert the Java to DOS.
So, but my question is not that. My question is this. When you're in a window, there are different ways to do it, and you can access this through the UTMOST 4 menu thing on the top. I mean, I know that there's a way to do that, but in the manual, it had a kind of a confusing way of describing it. When it said that it can be run in a window, are they thinking of that?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but it didn't say that, and so I just wondered. So you type, you would use on the computer that has UTMOST, and you would set your directories in such a way that it could get to it, and basically run your script like that right there.
This is one way.
I know, but
I
that's
can tell you
the
a
way
different way.
that it'll write.
Okay. This example, because there's a pass issue, they have to return the pass.
Okay.
I mean, this example is not working well for. It's not because the coding wrong, because the dog turned the read and the almost 4 cannot recognize. And so you expect that the clean path is like a slash, device enters slash, and the slash, file, something like that, I return like a C, colon, and backslash, some Windows, and the backslash is something.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, that one, I think the two got confused. Just speak of that. Okay, we want to open this and then see.
Because the way I run JavaScript is browser. I read it in Notepad and then run it in browser. So
this is the JavaScript.
right, I've got that.
So,
Okay.
basically, tell that we're going to create is an input file.
Yes.
We have this UDS, and then the result will run to. Okay, I can delete this. The result.
Right.
Okay, profiles. Okay. Open our work directory. Okay, then return the current PDLU. I think this we got to return. That here's trouble for us. Okay. Right, because it was a slash issue. Right. Right.
Yeah.
And so the next, because the next object, they want to get the list of this. Okay, got lost. Then we can see and or something like that. And, so,
And it interprets those
Right.
characters
right,
incorrectly.
anyway. So for this, it's very simple. Just add a one function. And,
Right.
and the definition of the function each to the project.
Yeah.
Okay. Just simple. Okay. All more.
What's
Just the option tell the almost for running JavaScript.
okay?
Okay.
It's in the manual.
In the manual.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's done.
Basically, what that did was that added
What results generate out.
that line, this file, and this is one file because this is data set start. That's that file,
Mm-hmm.
and then another one, and another one, and another one, all the way out to about there's 30 pages of, or 50 pages of this, or whatever, 14 pages, and it added that function in each case.
Okay.
That's pretty slick. You know, it's a nice way to.
Okay, this is one way. The same way for the same thing. You can run from a deck view.
Deck. And that SADA setup thing, cut menu thing, David.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to load it first. I can remember.
Build the editor you guys use when you're using the process simulator or the device simulator.
Yeah. That is the editor, and you can also run people at the computer. And also go to keyboard function as well.
You can just type it right in.
Right. Okay, this part is I just show you and just.
Yeah, right, yeah. So you have that script begin statement up there in deck build then for that to run.
Okay, first you have to turn on deck view is
go up.
almost and have this script to begin. Tell the deck view and the script start from this line until script end. You can run smart in deck view.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna put that.
Yeah,
You can do all your job in that view.
right. Yes.
I
Let me finish.
graphical. Both are smart view. Why not smart?
Okay, so after you create it, right? And then you
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. It's the same way, running in a
The manual called it was terminal or something. I thought, are they talking about the command window in Windows?
There's a third way, but I also working on but this is very user friendly.
Isn't there a thing in Utmost 4 across the top somewhere in this file bar thing up here where you can actually open up scripts up there, or did I misunderstand that?
Almost
Up in the Utmost 4 screen, that there's a way to I don't know, run script files up there as well. Okay.
I did not see that.
I must have misunderstood that.
Well, that's your choice. I mean, I don't know whether the advantage is to run a script or not.
Well, you know, you can build it right, you can do your process right.
Okay.
Look at
if you run, everyone, okay, this basically they try to put all together,
and you do the mixed mode, so use the inbuilt control set all this software. And it's almost like you have some kind of API that you can ask each tool.
So with that builder, since the data will be transferred on that, you run a process simulation. Other device simulation, the data will be automatically transferred. We don't have to worry about that.
That's called mixed mode.
The auto interface. You just use the back view. You have to.
about IT with new like generate numbers, generate strategies like CLBS.
I don't know.
That's Michelle.
That's Michelle.
So the API
This is not really, when we talk about API is really software development interface, right? It's the interface, user on a different tool. And the tool, if you run inside the data from one to the other, will only come down. Instead of you manually low IO something like that. The file is from the end from a finish to C. That's what makes it.
About that, I'm not sure I'm following. In the manual, there is something called. That's what I was kind of getting confused by. And then it said running the script directly. A command can be run directly from the command line. And I thought, well, okay, does that mean the command window in Windows? Obviously, in Linux, it means that command line. But in Windows, it's called a command line. Okay, so that's what that means. Exactly what you did at Utmost 4S, MyScript, and if I didn't have anything in there that totally confused back and forth with directories and things like that, I could actually there. The other one was it said Utmost 4 can be run in a command line interface mode. That's the part I didn't understand.
Okay.
Mode from the command line is shown below.
You can but when you launch this command almost 4,
That's,
I'll give you, almost 4 pounds.
oh, I see.
You can doing some like load.
I'm gonna have this computer off, or it's gonna
Okay.
shut down.
Okay, when you work, you can, that's stuff. It's full.
And I assumed that was some kind of a window you could open in Utmost for. So that sounds like that's a little bit, please the wrong word, but that sounds like that's a little bit more.
And this is not very useful.
Yes. So deck build or the command line, but deck build is probably the best way to go.
I think,
Okay. I don't know, 45 minutes of updates need to be solved. Crashing.
Yeah, we got this reading. Just like, he's doing,
Could you set this over there? Move that. There you go. Well,
so it's taking a longer time. Okay, hold it. And then you switch. Let's see.
so, yeah, I think it's, good.
on this pew.
Right.
The one just followed.
Right.
Theoretically, I could run that here as long as it doesn't get hung up on those dashes and slashes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it would be better to be able to see it in the machine.
Yeah. But from what he's saying is that I would go to where it is on here. It'll take me forever just to find it, but at any rate, to the SDA. Thing on here. There are too many windows going on. But at any rate, and open up deck build from there, and I can access that.
Deck build, I think is the best search. Since
So-
you already have.
Not from what the point being is I was mistaken. Not from within any of those GUI screens in Utmost 4. Is what it access. There you go.
Right.
Or the command window that gives you.
Right.
So the deck build is probably the way to go. All you have to do to deck build is to do Utmost 4 script begin, and after the script's done, script in, run script, and quit.
Right.
Okay, that's all I need to know about
You
it.
can play with the script, you can modify.
Yeah, I have to play
and
around with it a little bit,
right.
see what it'll actually
You
do.
can, I check with the developer, you can add more that's a standard object from JavaScript. Something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have much time to play with this.
With, local users, and they all fire scripts. Since server knows, if they finish job 1,
Oh, no, I'm not sure. No, I haven't answered. No. I think 1 almost 4.
yes.
One, if you check out, and then run the
When you run good, when you finish, it's going to check back.
Yeah.
So the next person.
the next one, yeah, I can, yes. How long is on
Yeah.
network? Yeah. Running the basketball if you have something. A lot of optimization to do, put in the basketball, a lot of go on that secondary, check
Well, so unless there are additional,
That's all, you know.
okay.
For you guys to,
Yeah,
for these 2 days.
so we were thinking, of, 5 evening version.
That's could come in next week. I think a quicker WebEx demo for the.
By then, we might be able to do it that way.
Well, you probably don't need it. I don't know. You know, when you start it, you know, it's easy. If you already use the database mode and the file mode, that's the only difference is how you want to save it.
Give you the option of doing it the database method, or
The option when you type in the almost one screen on window, ask you choose file in the database. Not you just when you start it almost full. When you type in almost full, every time I'm thinking about it, so Linux. I think for also you click the icon.
click on the icon.
Arrow screen pop up.
Yeah.
You choose database mode or you want the file mode.
That most opens up
That opens.
in whatever that mode is. You check.
And then the rest of things are the same. That's the difference, you see. So probably don't need me to tell you that.
Right here. Well, I don't know, maybe it won't open. Oh, this is in
It's over.
line mode instead of icon. But right here, if I were going to open up UTMOST, which I've already got open, as soon as I click that, it'll come up with a pop-up saying, is it
You choose which mode.
which mode you want to run.
Okay.
You have that.
Well, yesterday did it not have deck build?
Deck build is from different package, from TCAP package.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'll have to run it from the command. I'll try and see what happens.
I think easier to use.
Okay.
As DOS, it's hard to use because
Oh.
every time type the whole pass unless the pass is set. Or they found all command line file and then it's in different location. You gotta type the whole pass and then you're going to the file. It's not.
Well, I was thinking is that maybe when we get finished with any questions on it and everything, let's take this program that I called extract, and what this will do is to measure and store the GUML data.
Okay. So,
And just as we did yesterday. But I'd like that to do this in such a way that we can we can do an optimization. So, based on, I'll have to find it in here, but based upon the data that it's getting ready to measure, I have, I play on the computer too. Was happy to see it after that. Okay.
that's different thing.
Well, I can run this again if it doesn't, if for some reason it doesn't work. So I'll show it to you right now. This is a measurement with an extraction built into using their basically an interpolation function that's built into most for it to extract the intercept of the y-axis, which in this in spot modeling is IS. So that's what this is going to do, and it should plot the data, which it was not doing yesterday. it right, I'm going to go ahead and allow it to overwrite that data for all the reasons we discussed. And it's just the one where it's telling you that you got to make sure you've got your connections, all that kind of stuff. So it's all connected. So now it's reading and the measure. And didn't do yes. And that exists what I've seen on this screen. And all the stuff we discussed today for optimization is really important because of this right here. Yeah. Because this is no, because I would go in and manually edit the data and just move all of that. But if I manually open up file after file after file and change data, if you don't have to do that. But I certainly don't want to optimize this data. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, this is data that I extracted. It also did this exact same part, this transistor, everything in Python, and I extracted all of the parameters for it. So, and then when we ran the simulation, the simulated versus measured data worked pretty well. So I wrote those parameters down as a spice model in this book, in my notebook. And so what I want to do now is load in the spice model and it grabs data, my spice model, and do an optimization. Now optimize using early voltage and everything else, but theoretically it should be able to run an optimization and just fit gamma data, right? All right. Okay. So the $64 question. This is where is this, and I'll find it in a second here. There's the 50 model. So NPN model, part number 5. Sent this check to Sir Hamilton and Company. So this spice model for that I extracted from exactly that data right there, if assuming it hasn't not worn out so bad and from heat and stuff like that. So let's build an optimization now.
Okay. Go ahead.
So what should I do? Close this or go back to the
Close these and create a new organization. So create a one line.
we don't do anything here, right? Let me see. I need to remember something.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm off.
The armchair. Yes. Oh, okay. Viewing.
How can I show you? Okay.
Whenever I open the BNC, it's supposed to have a fixed the VLAN.
Well, the DNC is client.
Why do I need to do that?
Right.
Why do I do that?
Put in there,
You're not sharing your screen.
No, I was originally until we shared his.
wherever you want.
When he shared his, yours will stop. Because, yeah. So you could.
Did I not go to share instead of quick start?
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Oh, okay. That was my confusion about that. Thank you very much.
Now,
So now Tom can see. And I had built in an extraction here that did that interpolation business and came up with 1.4 to the minus 17. Changed a little because the value that I got was 9.3 to the minus 17, but that's fine. We can see how these things, you know.
There's a waiting, before you go for the mode name for this
Okay.
position. But we're going to define the names.
Yes.
And
I did not have done that correctly. So that is under this guy right here, or
under the setup, I think.
I still don't know my way around that well.
Okay, you have a CB, only 3 nodes, right?
That's right.
Okay, and that's the unique and CBE. Okay, we can close. We go optimization project.
But
Yes, for this. No, somewhere around.
I think where it said net list.
Okay,
So,
fine.
but
For
what would
this one doesn't need that.
okay? So what screen would that be on?
Optimization.
No, in the setup here, what screen would the net list be on? I can't remember. I
Okay,
can't
are
remember.
you set up? Click.
Nice, that's right.
Okay, and
Oh,
right, edit.
okay. Oh, this is the
You
one.
go in the attributes.
Right.
Here. Okay, right.
Now
here.
I understand now. So okay. So what I changed was this guy right here, and I also changed this, but
You don't have anything here.
and it doesn't. I don't have anything there. So basically, it's okay.
Right.
Okay.
We don't do simulation. You will know from this one, and then it's optional.
Okay.
If you choose, to do simulation, you cannot do. You don't have any.
But it can run the simulation that it needs for the optimization just by through this here. Right? I mean, in order to optimize, it's going to measure. It's going to take measured data and it's going to simulate data.
Right.
But it's not listed to do that in the optimization project.
No. We have to have one for operation. But for that's here is acquisition.
Yes.
The next it's optional because you get the data directly from your measurement.
Yes.
If you do not have a measurement, you want the data from a simulation.
Right.
That
That goes back to this. I wish this thing wouldn't do that to me. That goes back to whether we're doing measurement or simulation.
Exactly.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. But once this is all done, then once for the optimization, the fact that it's got data, that's all I need.
Right.
Now, what names am I going to need in order to get the database to find?
All can be used to search the data.
Oh, if I search NPN, that should do it.
Yes, sure. But
Okay.
it could give you a lot of NPN if you have
How many I have?
bunch of NPN stored. Okay. But in this case, actually pick up your data from in the operation because you have just one.
Yeah.
Your data set. But out of thousands of data sets, if you can, it could have hundreds of NPN about that. Not sure.
So,
But you can have NPN, you can have a lot of I can search conditions and the limit the data I want to see.
so this subset is called forgum, so forward gummel.
Right.
And it's my the structure is an NPN, and it's NPN _ extract for my project name. So any of these should
Can be used.
I'm just be clear on that. Okay. So is this?
Yes.
All right. I don't know. I need to save it, but
No.
data is automatically in the database.
The data
save or not.
it's inside already.
Okay. Now what to do?
Okay, open organization.
We create a new project.
give a name. You can read.
Then I'm going to be a little bit more specific of what we're trying to do. NPN opt. One. NPN opt. Now, is that to,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, everything that we're going to go with the we are.
Okay. I go to data set. Before I do that,
Uh-huh.
we first go sub.
Yes. Okay, hang on. Set.
And manage.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, I have to create a manage. This is come from default.
Okay.
You do that. You put a CBE instead of a DGSB. You gotta modify this no name.
Is it a
CB.
is it case sensitive? Is only mouse does it, or does return change it? CB doesn't. Okay. There's that. We'll just delete.
And then you do not have an attribute. We gotta delete this.
Right. So we have to delete those.
We gotta do this on the next. I think BJT is a Q, right? Q1.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I thought you said kill one.
No, not there. Not there. No.
Yeah, it jumped on me. Here, right?
Space.
Okay.
Is it correct? Yeah. Okay. ICB.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this or what?
No, they have a space.
That is.
That's the no. Yes, right manage. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's why I don't understand, because to me, that list is like, Mars Explorer. It's like, I don't know what it even is. Okay.
And the space.
All right.
And then you should put a name of the.
Well, we don't have one now, so.
You can put a name first, and then you create a model with this name. With the name.
So,
Because these for the for the BJT, you need the.
can it tell the number?
I don't know. It should be okay, right? Model.
No, you have to have
NP. And itself, or can I give it?
You can give a number. Yeah.
That in spice models, I can do it that way.
All right. That's model. You call them.
Right.
Okay. It's okay. Right now it's okay. Right now.
Okay.
Click OK.
Going back.
Okay. So.
Okay.
With the nannies. That's we're ready to do the search. Data set.
I to. So we can set up and net list, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to write that down. I didn't write that down. I won't be able to figure this out later. My memory is now shorter than a goldfish. Okay. It's not long. Nodes, attribute, blank. No, I'm going to be, and then net. This way I'll be able to set these up and do them anytime I want. See?
Is that place, leader, and
Yes, it's the substrate, but I don't have substrate in here. That caused me all kinds of problems the last time when I tried to do this, and there was a substrate node, but I wasn't using. Okay, and then
And that's the option.
That's the option.
Yeah. So it's A&E, and then that's the option. I think it's.
okay, good.
All right.
On Spice, I don't have to have substrate. Search Manager,
All right, so,
this we were
all right.
in new. Okay. Forget it.
There, NFC is not specified, and then we assume to be ground.
Oh,
Are you okay?
yeah. So no. Yeah, here, note in that my ground is floating. It's not connected to any ground when I make these measurements. So if that affects the simulation versus in the actual measured data, which I don't think it does, but if it did, that would make a difference. Okay. Search Manager. Oh. Now, so we need a name.
Just give a name. You can this is name just for your for bookkeeping. Okay. It's not gonna use anywhere.
Okay, name this one a little bit differently.
Yes.
I still use that.
Right. The name is not. It's not really.
Now then, this is where I was a little confused before.
Okay, you can go. Let's say the measurement setup. You have a 4 gum. Okay, over here. The best. Okay. No.
Yeah, okay, let me get back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, measurement setup, okay.
Okay. The measurement it's equal to 4 gum.
Okay, now
I think just I have a choice. Say check shift. I'll test it. You can choose.
set 4.
You don't remember anything. You just choose device and then say the value is off. Okay,
Insert.
Insert, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You see your data?
Yep.
Okay. Find already in the database.
Okay.
Yeah, close. Right.
Got it. So, loaded. Ready to start.
So, right in the box, view data, or just check. Check this.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, you can click to see the data, whether it's your data.
Okay, that was the data.
Okay.
Close that guy.
And we have one step. We have now created a model.
That's correct.
Okay, we go back to the grades.
Okay, so this is the important part. So,
Everything is set up. It's not
I can set up.
a model library.
Oh, okay. So, and then model library. Obviously, if I've already got a model library, okay.
Well, that's
Right. So you just go in a model.
Here, okay.
A new one, a new model car.
New.
Yeah.
Import or anything like that.
Okay, and
Okay.
you give a model name. The model name it must be the name you use used in the NAND.
That was,
What's called NPN. Something. Right.
what? Yes.
That's, you know, the rule from a slice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, there's that goldfish again. NPN 31.
No.
Oh. Wait.
No, he remember.
Oh, no, FN is light.
M31A2. That's the NPN, which was,
And I choose NPN.
that's really,
And go.
that's okay.
No.
All right.
Bingo.
You got the default. Okay.
Yes.
If you wanna right now to change it, use your your notes. You can do it now.
What S is 1 minus 16?
About. That's
That's 1 16.
This is a default data, and always come from R2.
Oh, that's from yours.
You're getting ready to enter this model here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Should I go to user and copy that and put it over in optimize? Or how do you want to do it?
You can do the optimize and then copy to user.
Same thing. Okay. I do want to keep a. We'll do that.
The same, you know, you can, you know.
I was. Yeah, I'll do it that way.
Now you gotta change the data. Yeah.
All right. So let me see. So this is this time around is going to be let's give it the value that I extracted and see what it comes to. Because Spice measured a value right now. So 3 or 4. Doing exponents no, it doesn't matter. Okay. 17. Okay. Beta third was 194 point something or other, but I don't really care about decimal points, so we'll give it 1.96. NF is equal to 0.9884. Beta R variable 2 1.01. I get.
We have a group called the model, but that's just simply running the simulation, and properly running multiple curve. So I can look at
Now, in this case, we had a problem. The reason didn't give me, I could not extract ISC. So just leave it like this.
Right.
I'll just leave all these reverse parameters, or those two anyway. Okay. So that then NR is a variable 1 point. Forward elevation.
That's really
Voltage 167. Was 11.94. KF was 2.26 milli. So I can read or milli or any of that kind of stuff. So it's good, I guess. I'll probably use days, but that's all right. Okay, I don't know if I was able to get that. No, IK post.
It's reverse, right?
That's for reverse. I didn't really have a reverse need current. Didn't plot.
Just leave it at.
Okay, we'll just leave it like that because that's good. NK now. Okay, so RB is a questionable 1,000. This is what I want to see what the optimizer does right here. I mean, too, but this is really where it rubber meets the road on this one. And RBM was a 113. And get an IRB, we'll say. Maximum and RBM's RB minimum.
No, next year is 100, but next.
Oh, thank 200. Yeah, otherwise that'll limit.
If the value is larger than the next one, than the minimum, the change in the color was sort of doesn't check. If it's allowing, so you cannot check that for color. And that's fixed.
Where were they here? He was 5. Are they?
It's a 5 or 15. The IRB.
It should be 5. It should be 5. Thank you for catching that because sometimes it's not changing when I think I'm changing it. There we go. Okay, thank you. RB 5. I'm not going to put decimal points there. And C114. And that's in the DC parameters, and I do not have any AC parameters. So, okay, now.
Let's save the model first.
Yes.
Be sure you crash your
Yeah. Okay, so just say.
Okay, close these and then save the whole project. They don't
Save as for a model. I can't save that.
No, it close these.
But is it to close?
No.
Is it save close this?
No, there's here. Oh. Okay. So I can on the next one. Click the next behind the screen.
You're right. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay.
The speed here is a save here.
Okay.
So click save. Okay, the project. Okay, right now save. Okay, right now make a copy.
Okay.
Click the model window. You will see that here's a parameter.
What? Oh, parameter.
There's a copy or something. Oh, here, okay. Check model on the model.
The model. Copy.
Yeah, copy.
Okay.
So right now from
I see what you're trying to do. Okay.
From initial what that
source is user initial.
You copy 2 destinations and optimize.
Okay, I understand. I did.
Okay. All right, now you can use
this one alone, and when we optimize, this one's going to change
Right,
as it iterates.
right.
Okay.
If something else up here, it still have data, but in the user.
Yeah, see, I like this.
We copy into the kit initial. Kit initial is
Not necessarily. Yeah, but yeah. Before, in almost 4, this has a special use. No, I don't. Yeah. I think for the something extraction data will be automatically write into the fit initial column. We don't have this one.
Now, here's a question. I want to, since we want to see what every a parameter I at least measure has stacked up, it will run the simulation if I don't check the AC parameters, right? What checking any AC parameters do right now in a DC mode? Anything, or
it can check, but it doesn't do anything.
I think it did. Well, for right now, we won't.
Right now, in order to do the optimization, you got to check the box.
That's right,
okay.
And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to check the AE and all of that. Level. Okay.
If you check, the optimizer, we're changing those parameters. Because they want to get the base, they're going to change anyway.
Yeah, it says the problem caused the program to stop. Windows will close the program and notify you of the solution. So, does it go?
So you saved it, right?
Yes. Yes. We did a second ago. The only thing the only thing I have to say that I have to do now is
I'm spending 15 minutes.
Yeah. Those boxes again. I'm gonna have to recopy it, but that's okay. That's not the one I want. The one is okay.
You see, do that?
Let's see. That was under model line. The thing is dumping when I go to click.
That's because
Yeah. What I put in here is here, but it didn't copy it over.
Right, after the copy, you didn't save.
I did that part. I didn't save. So that's easy enough to do. So that was under
model.
Oh, model, and source was user destination to eyes plot. There it goes. And now let's go and save it now. We have to go back to the right. Was 8.1 is going to cause me to kill myself. Yeah, I tell you. Okay. Behind that.
All right.
I'll have to say that I wouldn't do a thing like that. Start this and hope for the best. Yeah. That last time.
Okay. What's the problem here? Now, let me see that. Okay, I got to, report this. Looks now. Only
what when I tried to click NF was I clicked NF, then I had to click BR, and NF disappeared, and BR, and this caused it to see the bar NF is gone now.
What, I mean, this is simply check, right?
Yeah. I wonder if I need a computer. Well, this time I'll click BR. Optimize BR.
That's software issue.
Oh, wait a minute. That should be all right. That should be the one. So what do you want?
It's gone. Looks like a BI is out of bounds, right? Hold on.
No, it is because
Okay.
it's yeah.
I suppose it doesn't allow you to check, but you check it and it crash.
Oh,
Shouldn't be like that,
okay. So here's one. The 500. I missed that.
Okay. Just change that. Okay.
Oh. Something ridiculous.
You gotta be also small. Okay.
I don't really know it.
Enter.
Oh,
Okay,
I
fine,
wanted
that's
to
fine.
see. Okay, so that worked.
Sure. This time should be okay.
Shouldn't crash.
It's the program.
Click. Yeah.
Pat says, "I'm still here, you bastard."
I need to.
Now use that one, Tom.
One.
So if it's grayed out, don't click it. Yes, that. Oh, yeah, okay. So there's that. Yeah, that. No, in case.
No, next one. No, next one.
Not next one. RB.
Okay.
Let's check and see if it's sure. I'm going to save this one. Okay, next three, and that's all we did.
No,
Right. I think that's everything.
Save first.
I'm going to. Okay. Next. Now find the not that one. Okay.
Okay. And close these model. So that is
What?
I'm gonna take a note, or I'm gonna ready to the simulation.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to run this.
Okay. Smart icon here.
Oh, the smart icon. So the run doesn't come on.
The run only for the sequence.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right
I
now,
understand.
these two sequence and then object is optional. If you don't do the sequence, you can leave these two empty.
Okay, right. You got nothing to
Okay.
run. Okay. Click.
All right. So you go. Yeah.
Go.
This is okay. Here now.
Oh,
Now view. There's a.
underneath there?
Okay.
Does that mean like
right,
there?
Right.
Okay.
And then click
Right. Yeah. Okay. So now this is one thing. Okay. Find that. What was that window that you had open when you were in Phoenix? Yeah, the calculus class. Oh, I got that. Here comes along. It's like, wait a minute now. Let me see. She afforded to do a couple of homework problems. Okay, so now optimize.
Just no, do simulation first. You gotta check
Simulate.
it.
Simulate. Okay. Well, I'll write that down.
This is optional, okay, but you always want to see whether the model.
No, I agree.
Whether it's, yours,
Let's see how
the
good
two,
that David
connected
was. God, he's not too bad.
It's not bad, actually. Actually, the model is pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And,
I'll be signing autographs after that.
The model is very good, actually.
Yeah. 1.5%.
Okay, this is the noise here, and you can show a box, basically, exclude those noise and only do the. Actually, model is already very good.
We don't need any stinking optimizer on it.
You can make it bigger, the window.
Right. Now, let me either move or delete this guy right here.
How can I move this? I don't remember.
If not, I don't want to screw anything up. I'll just
Right.
leave it.
Click this. See whether we can.
Hide, I'll bet.
No, not this one. They are familiar with it.
I'm just going to do hide.
You just click it back again. The traces.
Right.
The measurement.
Let me,
Right.
I understand what it is that happens.
Sure.
That one is show. Okay, so
If you want to move this,
we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
I just left. Well, okay, so here we are with C square guy is up there.
Oh.
That's all. I tried to get out of that. That took a week. Just click on
track, see what it is. Track.
Right. This guy, that little box guy right there is
Right.
that's what that's doing, and it's behind
you
here.
can see that if you go to
Okay.
like a wheel, I think you can turn off the line.
So those guys. So if I do like that,
No, this is you choose this. No.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't. Yeah.
Well, I just forget about it.
We got this later.
If that's,
This is easy stuff.
let's
Now we go to objects, to jobs.
well, I was kind of to see what it did with that down there. Oh, what was it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Objects.
Okay.
The model is there.
I think why you want to get rid of that stuff on the bottom.
Right.
Oh, get rid of that. Yeah.
Otherwise, trying to figure out something.
Okay, so I click on it. So what is it we want to do?
No, the objects.
Oh, like okay.
The
Add
angle.
object and rectangle. Okay. This light, because you can't believe how many times I've opened up Notepad to delete this data.
Okay. Right. Draw a box.
I want to do it from about. This data is goofy right here. So if I go to 0.2, if I go to 0.3 volts or so, that should be pretty good. So it's like this all the way out to the end. Now how with that box up there?
What?
One Tigo times. One Tigo
and draw up.
Right.
Object at a, I think lost that.
Okay, I did.
No, it's not. You click the button, probably you're gonna hold it. You know. Okay. All right.
That's good enough. Okay.
So right now we're almost to the optimization. I mean the data is very good. I mean I don't see any chance to improve.
Select. Okay. So now what was the next one?
Next optimization. Go almost.
Under utmost.
Optimize. Click. Select. You need to move a little.
Yeah.
Right now it's a 0.25%.
Yeah.
Because you don't include the lower noise. Okay.
That may have been all the
Right.
bad part down there.
Right,
That's true. I hadn't thought about that. What I'm interested in is the part I can't see how it fit this area up here, but you'll see in model.
It's within 0.25.
Now, where was that again? In under
Under the go back to almost window, almost one window.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here was a rubber band or something.
No. I want to look at.
Compare the
Yeah. Okay.
next.
Go to setup. Before we see the lower the status lower. Yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just look at that.
Drag. If I like this, you can drag it.
Let's do.
Too much. Okay. Optimization and conversion successfully. Okay. Give you the
Initial 0.57%. But your IS is 130. To 130.
IS jumps all over anyway, and that 93 that I put in was when I first measured the data. Today it was changed. The price has degraded since. That's not bad. Then F, that didn't change. Slope didn't change very much, Pon. It's in this mathematical optimization. But then another thing you could plot, and you would see a good fit though. But look at this, how it changed NPN from 194 to 323. See, that's part of that mathematical business. That 323 will not measure 323 on the 4155. But mathematically, that's what it does. So now ISC, see it changed, and NE, so it optimized those guys.
Couple orders.
This about VAF. I also know that 25 is not a real number, so I'm going to suggest that that's minimum, and it hit it, and didn't change it. Go to that screen. What under setup mode? Yeah.
Maybe you uncheck
Yeah. See, look, the minimum said 25. But question though, the problem is why is it lowering VAF like it's going to zero, because VAF is pretty clear on my data, what it was.
Yeah, I would take it off. I mean, that's a pretty firm one to read.
That one was firm on my extraction. Oh, well, no, not all. So let me see. You don't really much care about. Oh, we didn't. Okay, so it did that. Oh, no, that one. VAR. It's like it really wants to put these VARs, these early voltages, really low. Like the slope is really steep, you know. Yeah, that one's not bad. I care about. But I am interested in, I extracted 1K at RB max. And
Shouldn't the take be on?
no,
I mean, if you have all the trouble with calculating the McDonald curve GIS, why do you want to change it?
if you mathematically optimize it in combination with the other parameters that fit the curve that they ask. It too, but I'm letting it change data.
Yeah.
It's the same. But some on there, like your suggestion, though, see, Bob, when you said that VAF, we don't want to put a model in there that said 25 for VAF. I don't want to do that.
How did you get the DF from your own thing? Did you get the IC versus DC?
Yes.
Or then you have to check off, because this is different. This is a Kumho.
Oh, right. But now wait. This is the question. So this Gummel, should I only do things that are related to Gummel
Right.
parameters?
Yeah.
So it's not going through really and looking at ICD optimization.
Then you need
and
optimization.
including that.
Loop.
Need the loop, and it should
Right.
optimize.
Right. That's, you should.
Yeah.
Look at.
Okay. But it probably won't change this particular model, this particular fit that we're seeing very much, because apparently VAF doesn't even enter into the Gummel calculation.
Right, then, let's try it and
Yeah.
have.
Okay, let's do that.
I mean, that's probably one.
Let's just take everything that's related, not related to Gummel out. And so VAF, VR, yeah, do that. Yes, I will. And I'll let it work on IKR, but I don't know. Okay, so I said, that's good information. So copy. Customize. Okay. Close. And save.
Oh, you save first and then.
That's in there, right? Okay. Okay. Feel safer saving it and then closing it. Okay. And simulate. And that's
Okay, there is a warning on the product, you have to close.
what?
Down here. Even is open.
That happens to me in Python all the time in these crashes.
Close. And, you have a plot,
Okay, now I want to do this. But what still want to do?
It's just plot the data, open the, open the data.
Just the data. Okay, great.
Okay, this is almost.
Yes, okay. Let's I'd like to do simulate, just as we did before, just to check. So that's under utmost, simulate. That's just for the compulsive behavior. Okay. And now it's to utmost and object, and go to add angle. Start about 1 p. And click and hold. I think I lost it again. Yeah. I don't hit with the mouse on this guy right here. Let me fully
I never
go
know how
down.
to use this, this really hard.
Okay. And now. Eyes. Yeah, which, oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh,
Data.
That's all. Beta's still going to do that, because I'm telling you that when it optimizes the low current versus the beta peak, it really adjusts IFE and beta forward in order to fit those. And it gets weird values for beta. It really great liberties with beta. But look at NS, that the slope, the only difference in the slope is 0.0. Basically, I see we can even measure, because this is one of those ones where the reverse beta was not a clear curve. Remember that? Yeah. Under Unity. Now some of them went under Unity. So what did IKF? Is that still decent? Yeah.
In this case, you look at RB change. Before it was 900, what goes away? Now it becomes 100.
RB is the minimum.
16. Or you? Oh, it's minimum.
Yeah. See, I don't believe that at all. And I mean, if the data fits and everything, then I suppose it's okay. If we run this in the LT size, and it generates back a curve that pretty matches the data, then I guess who cares? But
wrong, it's not enough to extract. So you have IC versus DC, and then optimal iteration. That's
It's our main thing to get into different models, different attempts, have them combine them.
yeah, that's true. It's kind of limited. You try to do a model forward, just forward.
Yeah. And if we use this model versus what we originally put together by hand, we probably hardly see the difference in any function.
But I'm going to do with this particular program, so I already have this part. I'm going to go ahead and use this as my development project, a learning project, and I'm going to add all the rest of the measurements and the extraction, and go ahead and let it do extract RC and do the forwarder and reverse early voltage and do everything. Now, well, no, I do understand that. Okay. Where see, IS, if I let it take that whole curve, it'll run into that noise down there. So I find where I wanted it to take that. It's not just automatic. I mean, I have to look at data and decide how I want to do it, and if it is good, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. But let's go back to
When you expect that I see what each big on the here, they're already there. The calculation.
Can I read it here quickly?
Yeah, very then because we don't need initial parameter action because now we might can take care of it. So that's how it works.
We'll create a new.
Here in acquisition.
Yeah. So we can opt. So we can close that. We save that, do we, or do we?
You already changed the optimize parameter, so we better save it. Okay.
Yes. Well, it's like that. Oh wait, no, I have. This was minimized. Brother. Back yesterday.
Yeah.
Here, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to add
new measurement setup. Measurement setup.
well, oh, that's right. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I don't have to do a new device.
No.
It's not going to be forward gummel though. And see, I accidentally named that other one forward gummel.
Doesn't matter, but just that you change the parameter, the device, just
Okay.
A new.
But that tells me I need to be careful how I name those others, because if I call that gummel and then measure everything, then it doesn't make any sense. Okay. This is where it's going to take a little bit of.
Just the way you can, what, right? Yeah, I see. That's one we see.
I remember how
Follow the measurement type is DC, right? Okay, put a no name first.
type it in.
Okay.
Oh, where do they,
EPD, right?
now, where do they actually go? In
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. Value to.
CD can enter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, already screen. Okay. Right now it's good. Next to okay, you choose got a sweep of which one? Sweep.
Okay.
DC.
Here's the thing. I have to do one of those embedded sweeps in order to generate IC VCE data. I have to sweep BC and I can one.
You can have a multiple suite. You do one.
Yeah, but that's more complicated, so,
Let's see.
well, but again, I mean, I could figure this out, but I'm gonna have to figure it out, so I can't just do it on the fly, you know what I mean? When it does this right here, I know that, but I what?
Change it. C, right?
Yes. Start zero and okay, because it's an NPN. Is it anything in this number? In this?
No, this is it's a choice either or behind the points.
Right.
Already have 100 milliamps, so
Okay.
100 milliamps. That's fine. I don't care about that. So we insert that.
Okay. I'll sweep one, and then you have to.
Well, let me sweep one to start with, and then if it's easy to add the next sweep, I will.
Okay, and then the new one.
Okay, yes. That's what we have to do.
Next for the. Change the node.
That's how does it?
Change to be custom.
Yeah, where? I clicked on it. Where do you do?
Sweep here,
You just change here, change it here, change it to B.
change to custom. Click. That's custom, yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
and all these,
Yeah.
Right, correct.
If sweep local one the sweep.
Okay, okay. BB.
Down here,
You can just
Just do a sweep, I think it would be easier if you don't have to specify a
because I don't know what voltage it'll be. I
okay,
can,
you can change it, I mean, the hyper to be current.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I can at least take a guess at. Okay.
Okay, we can give it that.
So we'll say, I don't know what, Pon, 100 milliamp or something like. No, not as
you know the
high.
IC and then you know the beta, then
Yeah.
so
Still a number.
by 200.
Divide by 200. 200 is about.
0.08.
50 microamps,
0.08.
5 microamps. 1 meter 200, 5 microamps.
Kind of small. Let's have 10 micron.
What if you do sweep log scale?
You can do that. I mean, but
You sweep current
they
log.
just make it simple, and so you can do it later.
I can do that, and it's not log scale. It's linear.
Yeah,
Let's see.
you're going to change to sweep
So do a multiple sweep. Okay.
and change the voltage. I mean, change to current
Current, right. That's correct.
B,
You got a number.
and then the linear. You want linear or log?
I never do use log. Plus, yes, but not in. So stop at 0 is fine, and I don't know what the high current, whatever the max.
Let's say 100 micron there.
And the step column. That has to be, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be too much. And let's say stop 50 micron there and the step is 10 micron there. Then probably micron there. Step is 10 micron there. Then you have 5.
But that's 5 points, and so
Yeah,
I
you get five curves.
Five curves.
You got five curves from the, because this.
oh, this is sweeping that. 10 per curve, okay.
Yeah.
Right, understand, sorry. Spot where I have to add target, is that still under new?
Just go and finish that one.
Okay,
And you have a
right, okay, so, okay, so I have to add all my nodes here. New item. It's constant 0. I believe it. And that one is, yeah, we won't get much that way. Okay.
Okay, so item. Store and
Oh, okay, that's where I did it. All right. Yes, I get it.
which one?
Well, my node is going to be the C. Node is also do.
You have these are very smart, man. Very unique.
Not need to.
Okay, you have at least one equal to 11.
Not need to have not have to define IC. I mean BC. I guess not. It knows that. Because I didn't have to define BE. Okay, never mind. And
say I see.
and linear. And this is Y,
That's why.
and we can see versus B, right? And that's,
Enter.
oh, and I keep reading that. Thank you.
Okay. All right. On
That guy down here.
right now, you probably you don't want this, right? If you delete this,
Why?
you don't measurement again, right? If you delete it,
I thought they.
Can you just run?
you can. It doesn't matter. You know, it can. Okay, different gravities here. You have it. You already have this.
Oh, I already have. I'm sorry. I can't keep track of what I'm clicking on. See here? Well, that. Oh, it goes. Where did it go?
Just put it. Yeah.
It.
Okay. Drag it in. Drag it on the top of the device. And
Here?
yes, yeah. Drop it. Yes.
Okay, put it in order. Okay.
Okay. Save.
Yeah.
When you're clicking on run, you're gonna do the first measurement and do the you do the ICU, VCU measurement.
Yeah, now that brings up a question I was thinking of laying in bed last night. When I run this and it opens up the plot, will it open up another plot, or do I have to close that plot, or what?
You probably don't have to close the button when you click here. You'll close that. You already have to run over.
That's okay. Yeah.
Otherwise, we run this So just leave that.
Right, I understand
Okay.
that. I have 20 measurements down here. It won't be 20. Let's say 5 measurements down here. Is it stop after each one until I close the plot, or is it going to put up five plots?
I'm thinking, you have to close that.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. I had another measurement, so just to go through that again, because I couldn't remember. Okay, so then now it's changed. Okay, so now we're getting on. I have not set the scale here, so it may not show up on here at all. This got auto scale.
Now, and,
It's not done yet.
can you get this smaller? This,
Oh, yes.
can I see? Just, move. I want to,
Yes,
it's the last one.
it's doing the measurement. It's doing it right now. It's last curve right now. See 100 milliamps, and so that top's not going to be 100. How many curves did you give it?
Okay. It's not, some, only this one, okay, all this has been, stay together.
My guess, but it says that baseline is so that it's giving me 2 picoamps of collector current, and all these guys down here are barely 0. So in order to really make a sensible measurement, I have to really think about, okay, what collector current, it looks like I've got the VC correct. That's going from 0 to 5 volts. Clearly, my suite number 2 is
That's a stepper, it's not big enough.
it's not good enough.
The idea
My
is
B is
small.
too small.
You can do that.
So we can if you fool with it,
right, change it.
Right, but IB is, too small. It's 0 to 50 microamps.
should be.
Because 50 pro multiplied by beta, you just,
Right. And it so that the
now you got the pico, then connected.
yeah, something is not right. So now connected okay. I have not. I haven't defined it on here correctly. Where's the one where you actually look at this? Yeah, you can.
Are you measuring? You don't have to change that at the same device.
Oh, it's already there. So there, that's fine.
No, it shouldn't have any effect. Now, here's probably what's wrong. I get node for the data. I had node names were E, B, C. So this is pretty important, right? But in this particular case right here, the node names that we gave it were were, so probably the reverse thing, right? Let me try it.
I do not believe it. We
I-
can try that, yeah.
I think you're right. But some defines what SMU1 is, SMU2, and I'm trying to find that screen. Where was that? That was, oh, wait a minute, now it's coming back to me. Oh, that's in the connection setup.
Action.
I have to go slow and carefully, the least little thing, and it's...
Okay, you go to ICVC. Everyone, take a look. Okay. Keep going. Okay. Okay.
That defines it correctly right there.
Okay. CV.
Yeah.
That's the best way to test it, just, measure this directly, from the instrument instead of,
the figure, see how it goes. Then the steps I'm going to do now. Then
I mean, the next one is not a 100 minus 3.
It'll, let's do it compliant.
I'm just going to hit the compiler.
If it, script. It's about high, but 160, I believe, was,
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't take off.
yeah, right?
well, conviction works okay, but this guy is, for some reason.
No, if 50 micro times 100, right?
Yeah, that should be,
If it's 100, should be, the final is either 5.
so it's already be
Yeah.
hitting a compliant or somewhere, but I looked, and both of them said 100 milliamps, so.
Because
I have any,
the way is correct, let's see, wrong. So not the software issue.
right, every time, if you see the measuring document, it's with software, you can test it directly. I used to have a 4145, but now, I give it back to the computer. I put it in right now. Then the one head is older. Still, the big.
One is the
I
collector,
gotta, put it in to start it. But
and the base,
that one is.
and the other, so it's connected correctly. I knew it had to be, because the gumball tape won't work if that's. So something's going on in our measure.
So how you were saying that,
Yeah, ours 41,
the remote name, how you name it?
Oh, you
Order.
okay. Okay.
So the cost of that,
Let's shift at the bottom.
about what it costs to get it was
Okay.
Number two needs
It's a
correct,
Okay.
About the compliance,
Yes.
the compliance is always 100.
Default.
Yeah,
You can wherever you
but,
want it.
but when you switch,
Uh-huh.
it also say 100. I thought current just would be the voltage,
The sweep current to compliance is voltage.
but if it's 100 millivolt,
That's what's happening. That's the answer.
so no, if you open your
The next setup,
measurement,
now this one close. Some of the LCVC, right.
Yeah.
You check it.
two
Yeah.
B,
Yes.
and then the compliance is 100.
What's happening here is that the base is reaching over 100 millivolts and it's shutting off.
Can we change that?
Yeah.
Let's change it
That
to volt.
that should be at least a volt, because that
That's
should
good
do it.
catch. That's good catch.
That's catch.
Uh,
I would have eventually had to figure that one out, because anytime I see this, when I'm sure that I've got everything set up right, I know it's compliance. But it'll be a while to remember that's that last.
answer
I just move it where I can get to it.
to make a change.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. Change.
Okay.
Not update.
Change this to 1.5.
I think you got to highlight it.
You got highlight the second one. You can change it.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, you updated.
Should be ready.
First, I think.
You do that. I always try to remember to do that and never do. Not nearly.
Can I ask, if you check some of the ones you don't want to review?
Yes, that's right. And I make a point. You could use
What?
here.
This one?
No, the and then
The first one, you don't want to do the rerun for the program, right? You uncheck.
Okay.
you can check it, or if you over then.
Now, why is it in a different order up there?
Well, it doesn't matter. Now you can change it.
It only matters if I'm actually making the measurement. I don't want it done in that order.
No, okay. You
I know. I see.
If you don't want to run it.
I understand.
Should be running the second one.
Yeah. It's a little bit. But still, there's milliamps, so that's not going to look. It'll be out here.
Looks good.
But that looks more like it ought to look. And see, so there it is.
It's completely
Yeah. Like anytime I get data that doesn't make any sense, and I've triple checked my connections and voltages, I know it's compliance, and I screwed something up. That comes from 30 years of experience.
the data right now. You can run optimization on.
Right, so from the DA, get the early board.
Mapping, we can map and open up. Okay,
I don't
so
believe those. That's for.
It's over here, coming down. This case is all the way.
see, the thing is that when I calculate the early voltage, I'm using the range that's right down here.
Maybe we shouldn't start with
Never do
zero.
that.
Maybe we shouldn't start with zero M. Start with IB with zero.
I did.
0 and then 10.
Yeah.
That's usually but at some point, you know, the needle.
It's kind of realistic in the saturation.
Here, I get the picture.
Coming out.
That I measure. Voltage. Right one. I'm sure it from 0 volts and I see less than a milliamp, and I do well, I don't know if this is the right one or not, because this says here that I'm no, but they do base voltage, not base current. And so I am sweeping from 0.5 to 0.6 and 0.02 steps. That gives me a curve that looks like that.
That's what I did on
So that again, I mean, we would go back and
The model measurement set up. What is this?
I know, I mean, we can try modeling this one right here if you want to, based on my original measurements, just to see what it does. I don't ever simulate this. So now,
Okay. Clear now the data has been stored in the database. This, and then go to these projects.
oh,
All right, you can. What is the measurement is called the IC underscore what?
it's called CZE.
NPN of the 1. Okay, verify this search editor.
Okay.
Just you click, you know, there's a three dots.
These guys.
Yeah. Okay, one more. Here value is 4.
Where does it allow you to add? I can't see your point. What?
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That was.
IC on.
Let's go and see what that one was.
And
Now, insert.
okay. 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 This end we need is 4, right? Yeah. We need, you know, data.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So click OK. Yes.
Oh.
If you add, you know, there's no such things. Don't see it. Okay. We can measure this. We got mouse. You know, easy.
Get a mouse for this.
Okay, can you make these, you know, the top window bigger?
What?
This part, let's see it.
Oh, you mean pull it down?
Yeah, put it down here. Okay. For gamma,
Yeah.
so the VCE,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to see both, you select both.
Okay, but if I want to see this, I select that.
Okay, you know, you can just click.
Yes.
Right, you want to do a simulation.
Now we go to utmost.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of a little bit, you know, different.
Well, I believe measured data. I don't believe simulated data. So that's the one part. It's one thing to match up YAML data. It's quite another to match.
I would say we have that early voltage dropping down to 10 volts, sweep curve, you know, I know the early voltage is 150 or something.
According to the way that I measured it, it probably is.
Well, that makes sense for that kind of geometry.
So I have a question of what you guys think as to whether or not we should, yeah.
You can, you want to do concurrent, you're gonna show in the both
Just optimize it.
in the chart. You're gonna show in all the experiment in
Okay.
this chart, closest.
Okay.
Okay, and then choose both. This one is block.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Combination. You
Right.
can see that. Right now, you want optimization. You can just do it right now, or you can draw the box.
Well,
Did you get enough on
the problem is that a minute ago we deleted the VAF.
you can
You see that?
Gotta go back to Osmos and change
it's no,
It's in the library. So
Yeah,
where
well,
was that one? It was.
it's almost here. In the setup.
So what for optimization is these two guys right here. So just put them back in and let it run. Targeting parameters. Should be all right. And so what that we're going to do.
You can run the optimization right now. If you just keep running.
what? I think we want to draw, right?
I probably won't. Yeah. This one. So can it be selected? Oh, I just
Object.
take into account this data down here. It didn't affect much the last
Right,
when we
because
did
it's so
it.
small.
Okay, well,
Just go ahead and run
we
the
just run it.
optimization.
Run it off, optimize, okay. I don't know what it,
It's going somewhere, you know. Hold on, haven't done yet. You finished? It's got
yeah, I did down here, let's convert that to an even Knowles model.
Alright.
And this is gone completely. I don't know what it did.
No, it's just,
Don't submit that model, yeah.
Maybe you did start the default,
no,
show value.
We just did as what it,
Optimize the take over.
we left what it was the last time when we optimized.
That was way up.
Some of them weren't that close.
it makes sense. Or we can change it in the organization strategy.
Or go back and copy the data into the optimizer column and let it run again.
Right. You're gonna go in, not here.
That's yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to. Now then, that was. Oh, it might be right. Okay. Let's just double check everything on here.
I got an idea, 51 cents.
I'm checking. I don't even know what's there. And then this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yes.
right.
Okay. Not much.
47%.
Five is sort of where we started, I guess. But we did cut out that data. Student optimization.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the initial
Right,
value.
yeah.
That's impressive. I'm amazed. I would probably never be able to fit that, but that is
Down or not?
now it is.
Still going.
It's done now.
Okay. You can keep, click on the automation again.
What?
Keep it, you can click it automation again, let it run again.
Okay.
Yeah, but what now? Just optimize one more time.
One more time, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now look at here, guys. There's some physics in here that we can't change just by doing some curve thing.
I think it's the itself cannot handle that.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
There's a resistance.
Yeah, where was curve coming from? That's kind of weird.
It's 1,000. Okay. So you can see what it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's way better than before. The problem area is just down in here.
You can, change something using the rubber bands.
But that's true too. Yeah.
You can play with the rubber bands, whether it can.
Now, let me ask you, does this have that facility where I can grab a curve and pull it? I thought that Silvaco's software that I could click on a curve and drag it so that I can drag the simulated data over the measured data and have it read out.
Really.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, really. And
So,
yeah,
Bob.
he's the one gonna soak all this up.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
All righty.
okay, bye-bye. I'm sorry? Wait, yeah, tomorrow.
So there's our new list. So it hit 25.
Optimization? I thought the still not supposed to be higher.
At 167, and after optimization, it stopped at 25 because 25 is the minimum.
Ah, okay. I think that's the point.
Right.
DC up to 5 volts. This guy is no longer, and it's flat, it becomes
It wouldn't be very large at that, and what it's doing is it's trying to pull VC down. Oh,
so
because
if you plot, you got the VAC really far out.
right.
So
Let's focus on this area, the parts around here.
Right, I understand, but that's going to make the slope of those curves even greater. So if it's trying to now,
even the slope you will detect like more.
That's funny. His initial was 100.
It's at 167 right now, and then optimized 25.
Right.
Let us know what they're going to stop at, like 1 or something. You see what I mean? The only problem is I don't know the sign one. Yes, the value of that I extracted. No,
he had
the
160.
that was 160. And it was very close. I had a plug on this computer right here with the battery. But I could show you an original plot of the calculation that I made and how I made it.
Let me measure it.
What if you,
Or you
what
can-
if you reduce your VAF to a smaller, I mean the minimum? Because hitting.
So it's hitting the compliance, but, but here's another thing I know the answer to is NPN early uses a negative volt. And then the SPICE is positive, and SPICE seems to know what it is. In this case, though, it's positive. And drive it lower and lower and lower. So does the sign make a difference?
The size, probably not. In the SPICE model, they probably,
So you don't have to put it in.
you don't have to put a minus, right? That value it's minus anyway. Again, model parameter probably is not negative.
I put it in as 167.7 volts. As a measured parameter, it's a minus 160.
But the minus, it's because they know that's definitely a minus.
Right. So the question is, why is SPICE trying to keep on pulling that closer and closer down? That doesn't make any sense.
Because of the slope.
It looks like if you get it raw, like probably that's fine. That could be because the spot is out here.
That there, that one looks like that was 25 would be clear out here.
Binker, this behaves strange because this is a measurement. If I plot it here, it's going to be like 25. Well, it's probably less here. But the way I do it is, okay, let me let's keep and like we plotted, right? I see versus machine, and then early voltage coming this way. Here.
Yeah.
So then this is the rear. So the this is let's pass on here, and it's gonna give us 25.
I think yeah, I will go lower. I think this keep the component because the minimum you have to divide.
Right. Okay. Much smaller.
Maybe one added. So that the optimizer can have the
For the hit the boundary. So.
But it is boundary 25. That's what you see.
you need to be measured. So the 160.
Now I have added it.
Like one. So
But
here, but like one, they say that perhaps the design from data too much.
Oh, but the Gummel data would be screwed up if that were the case.
And for optimization, this data is
Oh, I know why.
no.
I need to put it, accidentally deleted it. Now I can't enter it back in, but it's because I was in the wrong place. Now, trying to do last time is go to the next page, and I did do that.
Okay.
So now then, first we have to the following.
You can, better. I mean, by use, and, different, we have a bunch of, optimizer. Okay, using different
If we make a box, then it will be okay.
yeah, you make a box, could be,
Are we the compliance with it?
right.
Okay. And we have compliance with it. So perhaps we want to go wider with it. But 25, that's right, something.
If it really is, there is something wrong, but I'm going to find out.
But this is good practice. It's just very, in a stage looking for really the modern.
Do you mind I try? We are not talking about
No, you go, but,
Right.
in terms
optimize.
of running
Optimize.
the, okay.
No, I'm not
Go ahead,
collecting
yeah,
data.
go ahead.
So just going to change one to one. Yeah. What is the reasonable? 10K? And I don't get the compliance. Indeed.
Already, okay, small. Right?
Okay.
This version for the Windows 8 still have some color should be changed. If we hit the
Okay.
yeah.
So
See, getting better. See that? Three, 3.99.
Yeah, for and then only select this area.
Control box.
Draw box and add it down.
over.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. If I'm drawing this, I might as well draw this. Draw something.
No, because that one the pins off here. No, they only care about this part. Right? And then they
Right, why error is so high?
Because we started out the error.
that error is a total.
Why error is lower, okay.
Right, but this is when you
Okay.
the error only get it. This is a total.
Like a total.
Right.
Then border.
Right.
Okay. All right, F is 8.8687. Report is only 9.0. This is killer. Just not going to use this device. Range is this. Okay. Also operating range. So, yeah. High of 5. I think it's currently 5. I think it's operating only like 100 micro. we are doing. I think more brain and the series.
RD 2.
That's why it's so high.
I mean,
Press device.
device and maybe the device.
Current small.
Device that we have to watch.
Secret device.
No. Because the device now we are driving. I mean, the spot is around the 100 microampere range. We are driving 100 more.
Oh,
Doing too much. And
okay, then there's a distortion.
something is.
Okay, for high and linear.
Island action or something happened.
No, I'm frustrated with this thing right here. I'm trying to repeat this measurement, I'm getting a lot lower values than I think that I got, but I'd have to check my original data on this. But I'm trying, on the 04145, you can still easily set lines and do the slope.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe, okay, guys, yeah, but those are the box like this before in the office.
So it's the training to the VLS.
Well, I think that probably that's about it on the training, right? We've been over everything, and it's just up to us now to figure out what's going on and apply.
Training for the organization, if you want to do more complex, you gotta use that the organization.
Yeah.
That's
You kind of do a little bit bit by bit.
right. Just bit by bit, and then you focus the curve, focus on the section region, kind of a
And you have to use different
right.
modeling. The designer might become modeling.
This is just experience. After you've been working on this, I know.
I'm a more like process. We team, another group of modeling students next to us. And we advise
For common pool, we have a that's a recommended procedure to do a model. Yes, and also, if you go to internet, you probably can find some people already have some experience, okay, and then you change this model for this curve, and you change this model parameter for this, something like that, they have a filming experience probably, so, follow.
I couldn't do the model here. I interviewed there's two positions. One of them is reliability, the other one is modeling. But I don't the assignment is someone forward.
Okay.
What if I started with how
That is something you guys can use just to check where the formula you put it in. Set enough to change it. You want to change.
done?
I believe,
You have more questions or not? And I'm going to.
I think about this device.
Yeah. We have question on the AC.
No, those, right, Into the question, I need to ask we need to, Dong, actually, I want to ask you about that. Thanks. For our setup here to measure capacitance, we have being in there, and we're worrying about the actual measurement. I know you have this tool and another one available at providing modeling lab that you use. And so I was wondering how to actually set up the tables, because in the back of the test box for the 4045 and 4055, it's the same. I'll just get short now so it's not fast enough. This guy plugs on, and these are C, and these are B. And for the back of the test fixture is, remember how we put this on the probe station, we can use B and C because we have both triax and B and C feed through. But if I use a B and C to triax converter and plug that onto the back of that, will that work, or will that cause erroneous capacitance measurement? So that next step is to run the program example you have on the capacitance.
You add a lot of connector where it cause a problem, cause the
I don't know the
grounding issue.
Yeah.
Could we just run the open circuit?
yes.
Run open circuit, calibrate the capacitance?
Right.
Then
You have to do that anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, well, two ways separate. A lot of it is for the embedded.
Right.
I did that, and the tool automatically sets what the figure for this amount your measurement data.
Yeah.
Embedded and tablet and to measure.
Now, we have I really screw something up. So the round and the shield are short. But Josh is using on the probe station right now. Whichever one you have E and C, so two of them are live, are going through. And if it's not going through, it's just like floating. So I'm assuming that's the shield. I don't know for sure.
Or what if you can just short triax off and then signal down, you can connect together. That's cool. If you look at some of the connectors, then we have different type of connectors.
Yes. One of them is shorted. And where I'm not sure what it's shorted with, but at any rate. And then these aren't. And I'm just wondering if there's any if it screws up the measurement or if there's any harm in just using a DNC triax converter that leaves one of them floating and just plugs the source over the ground. And if that will work okay, then what we do is just what you said, which is to measure the open circuit thing and then plug the package in. I mean, we used at XR, we actually put an empty package in and measured it as well. But they need to subtract out the line capacity and all of that kind of stuff. So ideally, as long as that doesn't mess something up, and it was a question for their modeling. If we do that.
Okay, I'll ask you the question. Can you send an email and describe this?
I will describe it more accurately in email. And if you wouldn't mind looking into, I need to be asking you text questions.
No, the thing is that for this one, for this
That we need.
with that as well. I'll need an probe and a couple of other things, but I've got tons and tons of notes and all of the, calculations on how to do all of that stuff for these are the things that we used to make when we were measuring FT. That was using a network analyzer. We've got one model below that one right here. So, but that I can figure out. But it could be this Silvaco method, which is in utmost force for driving the network analyzer. Base size is quite a bit. I may not have to be taking a bunch of tables of data. So when we get this figured out and get the capacitance working, as a working, we can do full models. I don't know how much use we have. I don't know. I can't remember what the measurements were, but they can analyze that. And so we'll be pretty good shape. Now, so fortunately, having an example thing that will measure CJE, CJC, and CJS.
That's just for MOSFET. There's reasons for, I think, measure the... Okay.
Makes sense. The
CJE is the emitter, and CJC is collector.
Okay.
And CJS is substrate. And that one that has those three parameters. Now, I even said it was CJP, characterization, and it was everything I needed. See, what we're going to do is, actually, you have to have a computer to do it. Because what I was in my notes as I was reviewing them, I found out that you can't just take that and plug in. But you've got to get starting filters and everything, and then it optimizes the measure all the first details and calculates these DJ,
I remember I did this before, yes.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right. That's it, yeah. I remember that.
So when we have these three, then basically we'll be able to measure we'll be able to report in a model all the DC parameters, all these AC parameters. Well, we actually, the point at which it falls to half is that all of those three parameters, and the one thing we can add that we're not doing right now is it's still going into the model, but we can just print it out is we can measure the RPJ, but BCEO, no, yes, BCEO, BCBO, and BBO is what I'm trying to do that. And just report them in the bottom of the model. A pretty complete model. And the fact that your software will have optimized those parameters theoretically to give us a really pretty good model. Good. I appreciate you and Kenny both did that. That was really good. You had good questions, and I'm really happy for you that you see this. So if in the future, you need to do stuff like that, you can work with and really learn how to do it. So I'll answer any questions that come up or help you later on uniquely, but it's good for you to see it. Yes. My understanding, I did not use S parameters on this, but I've never done measurements with S parameters, so I really answered the question. I would assume you could set it up for S parameters.
But what if you use that? What kind of
FT.
FT?
Frequency, the cutoff frequency.
I'm measuring the minus 20 dB data, establishing a whole table and running that back through the small signal model and calculating.
I think, we have something here.
Simple.
So, I could just make that FT, stretch.
Most of them do.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll be about any way you want to do it.
On S parameter, that's AC. You can see on AC is capacitance, PC.
To have, different fixture.
Right.
Yeah. And even for this, we need to build a special box. And we need an active probe to go in right on the base. So, and do a couple of things. It's pretty straightforward, but we need, that's what we need.
Just matching kind of.
Yeah. What I did was, we basically, would set DCC 5 volts and then sweep the collector current, and then we would measure, the M and the phase angle, and, the amplification and dB phase angle, and the frequency at minus 3 dB, minus 7 dB, and 135 degrees, and then from all that, you can calculate FT, but you may automate all of this.
Yes. Instruction. What for that?
Do the exact, so that would be good.
Yeah, so, it's built-in extractor.
Well, it really is.
I'm gonna let the,
Yeah. Okay. This meeting. Rich, the hog, the CEO and here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You need to.
no problem.
Thank you. Made it a lot easier. I'm convinced I'm not going to have to get them all together. Much easier to answer these.
I think, yeah.
Thank you.
He did a good job, Richard. You can
I
tell.
think I enjoy, very working with you guys.
So, thank you for coming. We've been
Anything, if,
trying to get David to work, and it's been really hard.
Now, look, my doctor won't let me come in and work too much, Richard.
No, we appreciate you coming.
real time, if you ask, I'll come in, and, also,
That's great.
I told David, we talked about the heating issue. I think, I stress it.
I'm going to log out, Tom.
And I think model. So run a smart device. We have a lot of tools. And the thermal, the heating, and
In-bar. Instead of in-bar, you are recommending.
Especially, for this layer, you don't have any model you can do.
We have, the technical file, short thickness, and then also ILDs, we can.
Right, and then this part, I think you can choose part as a black, like a Verilog, and then sort of
You can be.
the current goes with it. Okay. So this is will be UMAR. You can show that inside. That's a suggestion, and I can try.
Yes, sir. We segmented those matters, 1,000 different segmented and that.
It's the tool, actually, there's a lot of engineering, I go, and then,
Yeah.
and Michelle will support,
Michelle, yeah.
they are. Actually,